viewers. Welcome to your favorite TV program, Key Points, where we bring you informative, educative, and entertaining stories around the world. My name is Amidu Odwanya, as usual, and with me is my co-host, Adebayo Oluwasegun. Shegun, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. And you?
Fine, thank you.
All right. As we all know, this program encompasses different segments. We have our newspaper review. We also have our discussion program. And we also have our social booze with Ewa Tomi.
On today's newspaper review segment, we are going to be looking at the Punch, Vanguard, and the Guardian. But before we look into it, we're going to go on a short break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Reverse wo go to be the redeemer. Awele, it will redeem your gift card and you can buy Bitcoin in bulk, tested and trusted. You wait and get your money immediately. Stay off the zone, no, with the G. It's original.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. To those who are just joining us, this is Key Points on Lasso Tech TV. And this is our first segment, which has to do with the newspaper review. With us here, we have the Guardian, we have the Vanguard, and we also have the Punch. On the Guardian newspaper, it says, experts list gains won against Pitfall. And this is on page 2. And we also have Supreme Court affirms Abo Revwori as PDP Guba candidate. That could be found on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have Nnamdi Kanu Council urges US to sanction Buhari Malami. Also, David Mark loses eldest son Tunde to cancer. Tales of death, destruction as flood sweeps through communities. This is on Saturday special page on 24. Getting MTN Nigerian back to a place where it's being loved is probably my biggest achievement. This was said by Carl Toriola on page 8.
On today's edition of The Punch, we have how gunmen opened fire on my convoy, Apostle Suleiman. That's on page 13. I will take Nigeria to greatness, Tinubu vows. You can find that in page 4. Floods, skin diseases, diarrhea, and others increase, says UNICEF. That's on page 9. FG budgets 13.8 billion naira for Obasanjo, Jonathan, IBB, Atiku, others. That's on page 4. Adeleke will sack Oyetola's 12,000 newly employed workers, says PDP. You can find that on page 5. XBB Niger housemate making waves. That's on page 16. Why I put houses for sale to raise 5 million naira ransom for my abducted children. A scrap dealer. We can find that on page 22. On Vanguard newspaper, how polling units take shine on rigging on page 14. Anti-party PDP in dilemma over Wike and others. Page 8. 2023 5 million man march. Political rallies reach social media hypes on page 29. Northern APC Christian Forum asks Lalong others to resign from Tinubu's campaign council on page 8. I am okay, presidential race, not wrestling, says Tinubu Jagaban. That's on page 9. Insurance reap huge premium from raising insecurity, inflation, economic uncertainties. That's on page 9 also. Don't politicize flood. Akwa Ibom Delta tells federal government on page 5. Peter Obi seeks urgent declaration of flood disaster emergency on page 11. Labour kicks against secret sale of Polaris Bank on page 9. Atiku Okowa campaign mocks Tinubu over empty Kano streets on page 8. That's all for our newspaper review segment. We'll be back with discussion segment. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our discussion segment. On today's topic, we're going to be looking at the effects of the economy on Nigerian youths. And with us is a renowned businessman, an economist, and a politician, Mr. Joe Andrew. Good to have you, Mr. Joe. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm fine.
All right, Mr. Joe, you're welcome to the show once
Thank
again.
you.
Yeah. To start with, I would like to ask you, what can you say about the present state of the Nigerian economy?
Okay, so presently the economy is bad.
Okay.
There's no two way about it. There's no you can't sugarcoat it. The economy is bad, and it's eating hard on everyone in the country.
Now the bad aspect you are trying to refer to, can you try to be more succinct about it?
Yes, everyone, the father, the mother, the the child in the family is affected. There's no money for the father to bring back home.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
no.
Some people believe it to be like one-sided part, while some are feeling it, some aren't feeling it.
So I will shock you. Even the rich now are crying.
Okay.
The rich are crying because for you to travel out of the country, aviation fuel is on the high side. So because of that, I don't know if you have seen the prices of our plane ticket recently.
Yeah.
You'll be shocked. So
Even the local ones.
I'm telling you. So even the rich people are crying. So both the poor people in the land, the rich men, is affecting everybody.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Joe. What are the factors that you think might have led us to where we are today?
Okay, so the factors are really much actually. So I have like five main points. I'll just say corruption in the public space, in the civil service, in the political scene, insecurity. Yes, you know what bandits are doing to the people on the farm. So the debt burden. I don't want to even go there at all. Yeah, I don't want to go there. But our debt status of the country is skyrocketing every day, and we have a poor saving culture. Yes, we are not saving. You know, the war between Ukraine and Russia should have been another good way for us to manage, but we're not managing that very well, and also absence of economy diversification. Everybody's focusing on the oil, the oil. What happens to agric? What happens to tech? What happens to uh, science and technology? So
Sorry to cut you short on
okay.
that. Talking about debt, we have a lot of debt on ground and we keep borrowing money every day. So what are we doing to solve this issue?
So right now, is actually not a bad thing to take loan. Yeah, but the main thing is, what are you taking the loan for? You are supposed to take a loan to finance the budget, your production. You know, we are doing more of consumption. We are consuming more than
Producing.
Yeah.
Even what the loan was taken for, was it actually utilized for that
what it was
particular
taken
thing?
so it goes back to political will.
And the corruption you mentioned.
The
earlier.
corruption. So you take a loan and you're not using it for what? You're using it to do party here and there.
That's our sad reality.
So, the economy will be bastardized in the long run.
All right, Mr. Joe, our youth have been complaining. Why do you think it affects them more? Because the complaint seems to be more on their side.
Okay, so because the government is not taking advantage of our real natural resources, which is the young people. Yes, our assets in this country is the young people, because they are not taking care of them. Of course, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. They're going to crime. Recently, somebody said he went to the prison to ask the kidnappers how much they paid them. 20,000, 25,000. I think the highest were like 50K. You understand? Because they're not taking care of them. If you give them job, if you provide employment, the ones who have one or two businesses they are doing on the side, and you encourage them, come on, the country will be okay for everybody. So I think the government needs to focus more on our real natural resources, which is our young people. We have lots of talents, and most of them, the ones that have small money, they are leaving the country.
Exactly.
We just need to cry about it.
And I think if you have the opportunity to, you will do the same.
Give me the opportunity first.
Okay, apart from investing in the youth that you mentioned earlier, what other measures do you think the government can take to alleviate this hardship? Because it is hitting hard on the youth, no doubt, but sincerely speaking, it has touched everybody. The young, the old, even babies can hardly buy, mothers can hardly buy milk for their babies to take. So even babies are affected. What do you think can be done by the government to alleviate this hardship generally?
Okay, so initially I mentioned uh, production and consumption.
Okay.
Yeah, so first, focus more on your production,
Okay.
right? If you do that, the ripple effect is that uh, there will be enough money to spend.
Yes.
Yes, there will be enough money to spend. Um, everybody, all the stakeholders in the country, there will be money.
Okay.
So that's one. Another thing is the government should be deliberate about handling the economy.
Yes.
Focus on it.
Okay.
Be deliberate about it. Don't do wishy-washy policy. I'm a business person, and I will tell you, it is not easy running business in Nigeria. Yes, so the policy is another thing. So if you make the policy favorable, investors are leaving the country.
Yes.
So because the business temperature is not really favorable. So I think the government needs to do more in being deliberate about our business policy.
All
So
right,
that,
thank you, Mr. Joel. I would say you're welcome once again to the program. And to our viewers out there, I think this is going to be an eye opener to our viewers, and this will help the government to know what to do. Most especially, just the way you said that they need to focus more on our natural resources, which are meant to be the youth.
We've come to the end of discussion segment. Thank you for staying with us. Our next segment is the social buzz with Ewa Tomi. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Drinks mixing.
Little ginger, azaraza kasa, see, hey. You know be my G, I know be your blood. Kilo too fair, when you know be my God. I dey work 24/7 just to enjoy. Life no too easy, but got to endure. And they ask me why I always getting high. What you mean? Say my gentle not tie. Mommy so me pay everything at time. Make I know what, make I know go lose God. Want to come le make it, want to come le chase it. Talent along flow, want to my waste it.
I to make it by you, one fell back again.
I was talking, I love Ghana, I say shopping, Olofofo, keep on talking, keep on rocking, I love Kenya, I love talking, I love Dubai, I say shopping, Olofofo, keep on rocking, I keep on rocking, I keep on rocking. Jesus Christ, she on my body to find. Why are we feeling down? Life is short, so ginger yourself. Time, chance, 50-50, life in a dice. Rich, poor, last class, everybody go find.
Good afternoon. You're welcome on today's program on Social Bus. My name is Ajayi Oluwatoyin. We're going to be discussing on some trending topics on social media. I'll be starting with the marriage of Ooni of Ife. Recently Ooni of Ife got married to the sixth wife, Princess Temitope Morenikeji Adesegun. She's from the royal dynasty of Ago-Iwoye. She's from Ijebu-Ode and Ogun State, to be precise. She got married to the Ooni of Ife recently, and social media has been on fire concerning that. People has been tweeting that the Ooni of Ife is now Ooni, and he's not even slowing down for anybody. So you should hide your girlfriend, hide your fiancé. The Ooni of Ife is hunting babes now. So the next one is concerning the death of popular and Instagram influencer, also Ikadila Ikechukwu Ogbonna. The next one is the death of IVD's wife, Bimbo. She died of domestic violence, and according to eyewitness, she has been suffering domestic violence from her husband since 2019, and she died recently. So the Nigerian celebrities have been addressing the issue of on social media, addressing the fact that you don't have any other option than just to walk away from domestic violence. You have to walk away, stay away. If you need some time to yourself, just do that. You can't come back to remarry after death. You have one life to live, so you need to stay off domestic violence. And another topic we're going to be talking about is that of Chioma and Davido. You know, recently Chioma and Davido has been back again, and it has been trending on social media. People has been saying a lot. Some of us love them together. Some of them want them to go their separate way. As for me, I love them together, and we've been seeing some of their traveling together. Chioma has been receiving expensive gift from Davido's friends and family, and Davido assures us that they're going to get married next year, 2023. And the next one is about Destiny Etiko. She tweeted on her Twitter recently that to stay off some people is better than that mumu don dey come again. You know, and my take on that is that I think I agree with her, right? At times you just have to stay off some people, you know. Persistent checking up of some people could make them feel you are not you are jobless, you are not too important in the society, and they can take you for a fool. So my take on it is that it's better to distance yourself from some people at times. Like she said, it's better that mumu don dey come again. And that's all on Social Buzz. I remain your host, Ajayi Oluwatoyin. See you next time. Bye.
Welcome back, viewers. Hope you enjoyed the Social Buzz with Oluwatoyin Ajayi. Thanks for staying with us. We hope to see you next time, same station. I'm Adebayo Olusegun Damilola.
And I am Odunayo Amidu.
Bye.
Bye.